welcome here for today's matchup as the visiting team, the Sturgis Post 33 Titans, taking on your Post 22 Hardhats here at 7 o'clock here in the Black Hills Surgical Ballpark field at the Fitz here in Rapid City, South Dakota. These two teams have met each other one time this year. That was back on May 21st, where the Hardhats came away with a 12-0 victory. And some of the key notes in that game: Jace Morgan drove in 5 runs on 3 hits, and he also had 3 singles on 3 at-bats. So Jace Morgan had a hot bat in that game. Dawson Inhofer pitched for the Hardhats in the 12-0 win on May 21st, and he surrendered 1 hit, striking out 3 batters and walking no one. Johnson and Morgan came into relief as well in that game. Lars Kiefer collected 2 hits and 2 at-bats. Kiefer and Carter Johnson both had 2 walks. We saw Jaden Moreno also had an at-bat of this game and had a sacrifice fly. So pitchers can also have fun too when they hit. And he already has an RBI just on 1 at-bat this year for the Hardhats' leading pitcher in innings pitched, and tied with Rowan Fredrickson and Ryan Negebauer in strikeouts with 55. And we also saw Aiden Roberts, Dawson Inhofer, Dexter Steen, and Jace Morgan also tally up for stolen bases. Some more news here. The Post 22 Bullets are playing in Dickinson, North Dakota tonight. And here's some fun facts. Coach Nick Ewing, who is on first base, is second all-time in Post 22 history in games played, with 282 games for the 1996 and 1999 year. And he's also second in runs scored with 303. So Coach Ewing, who played 4 years with the Hardhats back from 96 to 99, and he's been coaching here since 2012. All this information has been pulled off of the Post 22 website. And Post 22 Hardhats third baseman Aiden Roberts is tied 8th all-time in stolen bases with 74, and is tied with Parker Sullivan. Pitchers Rowan Fredrickson, Broden Sales, Declan Mickley, and Jaden Moreno finding their way on the all-time pickoff leaderboard since the stat was tracked back in 2010. So we'll send it over here to our PA announcer and Kevin to give us the starting lineups, and we'll get this game rolling.
First of all, for Sturgis, leading off and catching side number 10, Drew Digley. Batting second and playing shortstop, number 26, Aiden Wood. Batting third, first baseman, number 4, Elijah Stroud. Batting fourth, playing center field, number 13, Galen Stroud. Batting fifth and pitching side number 23, Brody Boyer. Batting sixth and playing third base, number 26, George Hamer. Batting seventh with second baseman, number 7, Kell Sundstrom. Batting eighth with left fielder, number 6, Ethan Smack. And batting ninth with right field, number 37, Richard Patton. Sturgis is managed by Paul Poole, assisted by Shane Myers. Let's meet the rest of the Sturgis squad. And now let's get started on the field. 22 Hardhats. Leading off the right and third base, number 10, Aiden Roberts. Batting second with center fielder, number 19, Lars Kiefer. Batting third with second baseman, number 18, Wyatt Greer. Batting fourth with left fielder, number 27, Kenny McLeod. Batting fifth with right fielder, 22, Jace Morgan. Batting sixth with first baseman, number 25, Dexter Steen. Batting seventh with man on the mound tonight, number 23, Carter Johnson. Batting eighth with catcher, number 20, Brody Thompson. Let's see the rest of the Hardhats squad. Your umpires for tonight's game, the 100 plate, the two bases now. And in the field, it's Chris Jackson and John McGrath. At this time, I'd like to ask everyone to please stand. Then I remove your caps. Active and retired military, we encourage you to render the appropriate salutes for the singing of our national anthem. The song tonight is by a group representing Black Hills Friends. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare of flame improves through the night when our flag was still there. Oh, sing us that star-spangled banner yet wave. For the land of the brave and the home of the Thank you very much for being happy and it's happy play ball.
So it's baseball time here on this Tuesday night between the Post 33 Sturgis Titans and your Post 22 Hardhats. That is the matchup today. We'll go over here to the defense for this Hardhats. Starting in left field is going to be number 27, Kay McLeod. In center field is number 19, Lars Kiefer. In right field, number 22, Jace Morgan. From third all the way to first is Aiden Roberts at third base. At shortstop is number 12, Dawson Inhofer. At second base is number 18, Wyatt Reeder. At first base, number 25, Dexter Steen. Behind home plate tonight is number 20, Brody Thompson. And the pitcher on the mound is number 23, Carter Johnson. So those are the defense. And Sturgis, their lineup is going to be the leadoff hitter, the catcher, number 10, Drew Janke, followed by the shortstop, number 46, Aiden Wood, and then the first baseman, number 4, Elijah Stroud. So those are the three due up here for Sturgis. We mentioned in the pregame the last time these two teams met, the Hardhats got a 12-0 victory on May 21st. So for Carter Johnson here on the mound, his stats, 14.2 innings pitched. He has a 1-win and 1-loss record. 9 strikeouts to 10 batters walked with a 4.295 ERA and a 1.773 whip. So that's what the pitching stats look like for Carter Johnson on the mound. So we're underway here in the first inning, and the first pitch will be the duties from the righty. So Janke, the catcher, is going to be the leadoff hitter. He'll be a right-handed batter. Dawson Inhofer, who earned the win last time these guys played. The last time Tater Johnson pitched here for the Hardhats was against the Watertown Arrows. So here we go, the first pitch. Home plate umpire gives him the call, and we're underway here in Rapid City. The first pitch is going to come up high and away for ball 1. Johnson also has a quick setup here. As he gets the ball back, he gives a nod here to Brody Thompson. The next pitch comes. This one is popped up high in the air. This one is center field. It's Lars Kiefer. It makes the catch, and that will be the first out here. Just 2 pitches in to this first inning. So Janke pop flies into center field. Into the breadbasket of Lars Kiefer. This is the shortstop, Aiden Wood. Another right-handed batter here as he steps in the box. Johnson waiting the call here from Brody Thompson, who only played one game in the Firecracker tournament. This first pitch is going to come up high for ball one. Josh Elder getting all the games except for one, which went to Brody Thompson. Johnson the windup here on the 1-0 pitch. Next pitch comes in, swung on and missed by Wood for strike one. So the count is even at one apiece with one out here in the first inning. Johnson releases from the mound. This one is going to be swung on. This one is just going to be a foul ball that heads right in front of Sturgis's dugout. So following the foul ball, Carter Johnson will get a new one here. So Brody Thompson gives him the signal. The 1-2 pitch comes from Johnson. This one comes in down low for ball two. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson shakes off the first pitch that Thompson had offered. This one's going to come in tight for ball 3. Excuse, I just can't speak today. So full count here for just the second batter in the lineup, and Aiden with a shortstop. Here comes Johnson's pitch. This one is swung on into left field. Here's Kane McLeod, makes the catch for the second out, and he made a heck of a performance against the Missoula Mavericks in the championship game in the 50th annual Firecracker tournament. So now up next is going to be Elijah Stroud, the first baseman. So 2 away here. Johnson gets the nod. Here comes his first pitch. This one is swung on a miss. Stroud swung so hard he took himself out. So for an 0-1 count, something he would like to not have happen again. So Carter Johnson, that pitch was coming in a little low, also got way of Thompson's way. This next pitch down the middle for strike 2. Stroud holds off after swinging and missing and falling on the first pitch that was offered. An 0-2 count here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Carter Johnson, here comes the righty's pitch. This dropper was just a little high for ball 1. Stroud re-enters the box. Following that previous pitch as a ball. This one is swung. This is going to be a ground ball. Reeder trying to attempt a dive. It just squeezes on past him for a base hit here for Elijah Stroud. That one rolling into Jace Morgan into right field. So the first hit of the game goes to the first baseman, Elijah Stroud. Now up here to bat for Sturgis is the left fielder, number 13, Dalen Jischuk. So Carter Johnson. Wyatt Reeder made the attempt to dive for that ball. It just got away from him. With 2 away, Johnson here on the first pitch of this next at-bat. Swung on and missed for strike 1. Carter Johnson having 9 strikeouts this year to 10 batters walked. The team ERA sits at a 2.530 and the whip at a 1.437. Those are the team ERA and whip. This next pitch is going to come inside for ball 1. So evens it out to a ball and a strike apiece. Tater Johnson here with the right arm with the ball in his glove as he was just looking down the middle to see what Brody Thompson wanted the pitch here to be. Looking in the corner of his eye, Johnson's pitch. This one bobbles down into the turf, back up to the chest of Thompson. That one for ball 2. Thompson does a great job there, making sure that one's out in front of him and in his sight. So Stroud holds off on first. A 2-1 here. Johnson. The pitch comes. This one is swung. This one's going to get hit into right center. This one is back towards the warning track. Stroud trips over second base. Morgan takes a little bit of a spill in right field. So that's going to be a double for Sturgis. That puts runners on 2 and 3. So back-to-back hits that Carter Johnson will allow here to the first baseman and left fielder. And now Brody Royer here, who is pitching as well for the for the Titans this evening. So runners on second and third base with 2 outs after the first 2 hitters made hits into center or into the outfield that were both caught. So Johnson here waiting his call. Here comes the windup. Leg off the mound. This one is popped high, sky in the air. This one is Lars Kiefer again in center field. Makes the catch for the third out here in the top of the first inning. The Hardhats allowing back-to-back hits there off of the bats of Elijah Stroud and Dalen Juszczyk for the single and the double. But no worries as Lars Kiefer retires the inning there with that pop fly into center field. So it's going to be Brody Royer, who just made that previous play to finish out the top of the first, who is going to be the pitcher on the mound. Quickly defensively here for Sturgis. In left field is Dalen Juszczyk. In center field is number 6, Ethan Cermak. In right field, number 37, Bridger Batten. From third to first is going to be George Hammer. At shortstop is going to be Aiden Wood. Second base, Jel Sundstrom. And at first base is Elijah Stroud. The catcher, Drew Janke. And here's the lineup for the Hardhats. So the first three hitters are going to be Aiden Roberts, followed by the center fielder Lars Kiefer, and Wyatt Reeder, the second baseman. Hitting cleanup is the left fielder number 27, Kane McLeod. Batting fifth is the right fielder Jace Morgan. Batting sixth, the first baseman number 25, Dexter Steen. Batting seventh, the pitcher number 23, Carter Johnson. Batting eighth is the catcher number 20, Brody Thompson. And then batting ninth is the shortstop, number 12, Dawson Inhofer. So that is the batting order here for your Hardhats. Only losing one game in that Firecracker tournament to the Skyhawks in extra innings, losing 1-0. They won every other game and then won the game that mattered, the championship game, and they blanked Missoula of a score of 6-0. So they had a lot of impressive games. They faced Missoula twice, beating them on the 4th of July as well, 5-1. And we spoke about Kane McLeod having one heck of a performance. Had 2 doubles in a single. He went 3 for 3, racking up 3 RBIs. Wyatt Reeder, who was also named the Elevation Player of the Week, had 10 RBIs, a .437 batting average, I believe. So Aaron Roberts, who comes in here to bat for the Hardhats, second on the team in batting average with a .389, a .521 on-base percentage, and a .590 slugging. He still holds that team lead with stolen bases at 37. He is 4 runs behind Wyatt Reeder for the lead in that category with 60, Reeder having 64. So here we go. The first pitch here to Aiden Roberts is going to come in for a strike, as Royer will offer him a fast one down. So Roberts will let that one go through. A right-handed pitcher on the mound for Sturgis. This next pitch is going to come in down low for ball 1. Roberts doesn't want anything to do with that one. He lets that one go down low. The 1-1 count. Royer gives the nod to his catcher in Janke. Here comes the pitch. Roberts gets a good swing. This one is going to the gap between right and center. He's rounding first. Someone left the gate open for him. This one all the way back. Hits the center field wall. He might have a chance. He's rounding second, and he's holding off on third. So a leadoff triple for the Hardhats third baseman in Aiden Roberts, which is his 6th of the year. So the third baseman just wants to stay a little bit of more time on third. So here comes Lars Kiefer, the center fielder, who made 2 plays in that first inning. Defensively, the pop fly to Drew Janke and the pop fly to Brody Royer, as he has a .299 average this year, a .427 on-base percentage, and a .390 slugging for the Hardhats center fielder. So with Roberts on third, this one is swung. This one is on a line in the center field. It's going to drop. The pop fly is there. Roberts is going to come in. That's going to be a sacrifice fly. Brings in Aiden Roberts to score, and the Hardhats have an early 1-0 lead here in the first inning. So that's the 61st run of the year for Aiden Roberts. And for an RBI there for Lars Kiefer, gets his 26th. This is Wyatt Reeder, who leads the team in the majority of the hitting stats, leads the team in .524 batting average, a .596 on-base percentage, and a .792 slugging. So this first pitch here is going to go roll all the way behind the catcher in Drew Janke, almost all the way towards the backstop for ball 1. Wyatt Reeder leads the team in hits by quite a mile. He has 88. The next closest is Aiden Roberts, who now just got his 57th hit of the year. The 1-0 pitch here, this one is going to come down low on Wyatt Reeder. He'll take that for ball 2. The first one, he went to go in for that lunge on the bunt, as he held off there on the second one. Here comes Royer on the 2-0 pitch. This one again is going to come down low. Wyatt Reeder taking 3 pitches here, all 3 for balls. As Wyatt Reeder, the Hardhats second baseman, has been walked a total of 23 times this year. Royer on this next pitch. This is going to be in for strike 1. So the 3-1 count here with 1 away, with Kane McLeod on deck for the Hardhats. Royer just his 5th pitch here on this at-bat to Wyatt Reeder. This one is going to drop in for strike 2. So Reeder really hasn't budged on anything here on this at-bat. First 3 were in for strike or balls, and the last 2 in for strikes. So a full count here just for the 3rd hitter in the lineup for the Hardhats and Wyatt Reeder. This pitch is going to come inside, so he will earn his 24th walk of the year for Wyatt Reeder. We don't see that very often. Usually he just hits and gets on base that way. So here comes Kane McLeod. For him this year at a .315 batting average, a .393 on-base percentage. He was slugging at .430 with those 3 hits in the championship game. That puts it to a total of 47 on the year. So Wyatt Reeder, they try to go his direction on first. Eliza Stroud patrolling first base as he went to go tag Reeder, but Reeder slides in safe and sound. So Royer, the first pitch here to the left fielder and Kane McLeod. This one is going to drop in for strike 1. And the second baseman for Sturgis and Jell Sundstrom, making sure this one doesn't roll back behind of Royer on the pitcher. So 0-1 the count here. Kane McLeod swings and misses on this one. Wyatt Reeder takes off. This one over the head of the second baseman who was covering it. So Reeder is going to take off all the way to third base. So that's going to be a stolen base for Wyatt Reeder. It's just his 21st of the season. So already puts another runner there on third base for the Hardhats, and McLeod, who took that swing and miss for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here, and a 1-0 lead for the Hardhats in the first inning. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to drop in a little low as Kane McLeod was leaning in towards that one to try to generate more power on that low swing if he was going to go after it. So 1-2 following that pitch being a ball. Royer has a good look here. Wyatt Reeder on third baseman. Here comes the pitch. This is going to be swung. This one's going to stay fair just for a few seconds, and it's going to go on that over the third base line for a foul ball. And Reeder, who turned the Jets on to come home, so he'll have to return back to third. Kane McLeod's count will still remain at a ball and 2 strikes. So Royer with the lean in. Gets his call, looks again over to Reeder on third. Here comes the pivot. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So McLeod will strike out here. And for the Hardhats left fielder, that's his 36th time this year striking out. So Royer is going to be the first pitcher of the day to earn a KO under his name. So here comes the right fielder, Jace Morgan, who had one heck of a performance against the Post 33 Titans the last time these guys played. And the first pitch here is going to drop in down low for ball 1. Jace Morgan this year a .329 batting average, a .465 on-base percentage, and he's slugging at a .406. So here comes the next pitch from Royer. This one on that outside corner for ball 2. We saw this also happen here with Wyatt Reeder. He started off with 3-0. As McLeod also follows here with a 2-0 pitch. Royer on this third one. This is going to be swung on by Morgan. This one into center field. It's going to land, and that's going to be an RBI. That's his 6th against Sturgis this season. Wyatt Reeder will come on in to score. So they just extend their lead to 2-0. And for Jace Morgan this year, that's his 48th hit of the year and his 39th single. Also getting lucky number 40 RBI. So here comes the first baseman and Dexter Steen. So with Jace Morgan, who also has speed on first base, as they're going to also try to pick him off there. He's going to slide in safe for the Hardhats first baseman, 3rd on the team in batting average with a .377 and a .553 on-base percentage and slugging at a .491. The first pitch here from Royer that he will offer. This one is going to get away from the catcher and Janke as off the wild pitch. Jace Morgan advances all the way over to second base, and Steen will also take that one for ball 1. Dexter Steen leads the team here in walks, as he's been walked a total of 29 times. Hopefully looking to get number 30 this game. The 1-0 pitch, Steen pops this one high up in the air. Janke dishes the catcher's mask as he was just a little out of reach on this one, as it took a bounce right in front of the fence here of this side camera here from this box. So Steen will go 1-1 as Jace Morgan also turning on the Jets to take off to third base. Two hits here for each team, and Sturgis having an error. So the 1-1 count here to Dexter Steen. Royer the pitch. This one's going to come in close, but it's going to be counted for as strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. Hardhats having an early 2-0 lead. Jace Morgan had an RBI single, which brought in Wyatt Reeder for his 65th run of the year. This pitch is just going to drop in, and the umpire says it's going to be a little high for ball 2 as Royer on the mound who disagrees with that call. So 2-2. Royer gets his call here. Janke who offered it to him. Here comes a pitch. Morgan taking off to third. Steen this off hit. This one is going to land to left field. It's fair. Morgan coming in to score. Steen rounding first, and that's going to be an RBI double for the Steen Bean. It's 3-0 Hardhats. So here comes the number 7 hitter in the lineup, and the pitcher tonight, and Carter Johnson. Johnson entering this game at a .216 batting average, a .346 on-base percentage, and a .279 slugging. So as the first pitch here was not going to be given there for Royer as he faked out Steen that he was going to throw it to home as he just took that step off there. And Steen will go to third. The throw is going to get behind him. Steen stands up, running straight into home plate, and make it 4-0 Hardhats here in this first inning. That pulls all the runners off the base here. That one just squeezing past the third baseman and George Hammer, and rolling on into left field. So Johnson facing a 1-0 count here after the first pitch was taken for ball 1. And the next pitch is going to go in for strike 1. Tater Johnson played majority of the firecracker in right field. So the 1-1 pitch, this one's just going to go outside for ball 2. Carter Johnson also makes sure he follows that ball. Eye always on the ball for him. You make sure you can even see it maybe from this angle. Maybe not with that shade there right now, but you could see his head always follow that ball into the catcher's mitt. The 2-1 count here from Royer. This one's going to go outside again for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here. In the bottom of the first inning, a 4-0 lead for the Hardhats on 3 hits here in this game. Royer the pitch, swung on here by Johnson. This is going to be a ground ball picked up by the shortstop. The throw over to first as first baseman Stroud trips over the first base. And this one snakes on behind him. So that's going to be the second error of the game for Sturgis. And Carter Johnson gets a single off of an error. As they're just going to check up here on Stroud, who took a little tumble on a first base. And he fell backwards. Hopefully he's all right here, as he is standing up now over the first base line. So Johnson, with that hit, that's his 25th of the year and his 20th single. So we're already here to the number 8 hitter in the lineup, and Brody Thompson, the catcher. Thompson entering this game at a .209 batting average, a .327 on-base percentage, and slugging at .326. First pitch here to Thompson's going to go for ball 1. And Carter Johnson, the man on first base, having 15 stolen bases this year. We've also seen him be a courtesy runner here and there as they try to pick him off on first base. Elijah Stroud, who had a little second to catch his breather after getting the air there. Here comes this next pitch to Thompson. This one's going to be called for his first strike. So 1-1 the count with 2 away. Royer, the righty, hands this one over to Thompson. He's not going to take a swing on this one, as this one just dropped in the strike zone last second for strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes here for Thompson. with 2 outs with Carter Johnson on first base. Royer the pitch. This one comes down to the turf outside as Janke scoops it up there with the left hand and prevents this one from squealing on through. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs for the Hardhats catcher. Royer on the mound for Sturgis. The pitch comes. It's going to be swung on. This is going to stay fair on that third base line. Thompson will beat it out. He's going to get a single on it. Speedy Gonzalez across to first base, and Johnson advances over to second. And we're already to the 9th hitter here in this first inning to Dawson Inhofer. And for Brody Thompson this season, that is his 10th hit of the year and his 7th single. Dawson Inhofer, we only saw him DH in the Firecracker tournament. The first pitch here is going to go down and low for ball 1. For the shortstop playing today in Dawson Inhofer, a .238 batting average, a .311 on-base percentage, and a .305 slugging, as Royer's going to take a step here off the mound, and Carter Johnson has to scurry on over back to second base. So 1-0 count here to Inhofer. This pitch is going to drop in for a strike as Blaine Hunt's usually the shortstop in every game this year, with having Dawson Inhofer also sub in for a little bit, giving some of these guys a little break. Here comes the pitch. This could be swung on here by Inhofer. The pickup here to the third baseman, Hammer. And this one had to make Stroud off of first. So this is going to put bases loaded. That's going to be the 3rd error here in the inning for Sturgis. So that is going to be 5 singles in a row. 2 of them haven't reached on an error, with Johnson on 3rd, Thompson on 2nd, and Dawson Inhofer on 1st. And now we're back to the top of the order here in Aiden Roberts, who hit a leadoff triple. He had some gas left in the tank to come home. First pitch is going to take a bump here off the turf and just bounces over the shoulder here of Janke, the catcher. But Johnson decides to hold off and stay put on third base. So the 1-0 count here. On back to the order, making his second at-bat here in the first inning is Aiden Roberts. He takes a piece with this one here. Foul ball, count will go 1-1. A ball and a strike. A new ball will be given here to Royer on the mound. 5 hits here in this game for the Hardhats. 2 for Sturgis. This pitch from Royer coming in close and inside for ball 2. Aiden Roberts, he has also seen a lot of hit-by pitches this year. He now leads the team with 23. It used to be Blaine Hunt for a little while. Now Aiden Roberts must have a magnet attached to him. Here's going to be a good ground ball hit. This one is picked up by the second baseman. Throw overboard. Gets past Stroud. Thompson comes in to score with Thompson. So now it is 6-0 and puts runners on the corners. So that's going to be a 2 RBI single off of an error. That's going to be the 4th here in the inning for Sturgis, with Johnson and Thompson, a little Dr. Seuss rhyme, coming in both with runs. So we're going to see a mound visit here for Sturgis. On that one right there, the second baseman, and Dalen Jischak threw that one just a little overboard of the first baseman, Elijah Stroud. So he'll talk this one over. Lars Kiefer, who will be the next hitter up. And he had the first out here in the inning with the sacrifice fly to make this game 1-0, to bring in Aiden Roberts, who was on third base, to come in and score. So Janke and Royer and the coach still talking this one over here on the mound, so they'll wrap it up. So they have Dawson Inhofer, the runner, on third base, and Aiden Roberts on first. So now we go back to Kiefer the second time here in this game, as they're trying to go and pick off Roberts there on first base. We also mentioned him pregame. All-time 74 stolen bases. He is tied 8th in post-22 history, as Kiefer is going to get a good hack at this one. He's going to foul off, so the count will go 0-1 with 2 outs. Aiden Roberts this is his second year with the Hardhats, already having a total of 74 stolen bases. So the 0-1 pitch here, this one's going to come up high onto Kiefer. He'll take that one for ball one. Don't be surprised if we see Roberts take off the second here to earn his 38th stolen base of the season. Royer, the 1-1 pitch comes. Swung on by Kiefer, didn't make great contact with it. This is going to be the scoop up by Hammer, the third baseman. Throw to Stroud, makes the split catch, and gets the third out. So 5 hits there for the post-22 Hardhats in that first inning. 4 errors for Sturgis, and 6 runs for the Hardhats, who lead 6-0 going in to this second inning. So Kiefer, who will go 0 for 2 today. And now the leadoff hitter here for Sturgis is going to be the third baseman, number 26, George Hammer, followed by the second baseman, number 7, Jell Sundstrom, and then the center fielder, number 6, Ethan Cermak. Now, Carter Johnson returns back here to the mound. In that first inning, he allowed 2 hits again, so there were back-to-back hits as such. Elijah Stroud, just the third batter in this game, hit a single, and then it was followed by Dalen Juszczyk's double, which put runners on second and 3 with 2 outs, and then there was the pop flying to center field from Royer, making for Kiefer's second outfield play of the game. So Johnson will throw the warm-up pitches here to Brody Thompson at the plate. And the Gopher Classic coming up here on this Friday. All games for the Hardhats will be streamed on Hardhat TV. The first game of the Gopher Classic on Friday at 4:30 against the Post 37 Renner Royals. And then followed by at 7 o'clock facing off against the Wayzata Post 118 Wizards. So that both of those doubleheader games happening on Friday at 4:30 and 7 o'clock. The Gopher Classic in Minnesota. All Hardhat games will be streamed on Hardhat TV. So Hammer will step in here to the batter's box. Johnson's just going to take a little stroll here around the pitcher's mound. Trying to keep him a little bit loose as Hammer, who made that ground out pickup. The throw over to Stroud to get that last out there in the bottom of the first. Hardhats up by 6 into the top of the second. So home plate umpire gives Johnson the okay here. Here comes the first pitch. The windup comes. Swung on a miss by Hammer for strike 1. So 0-1. And he swung a little bit low there as Johnson pitched that one also low. The 0-1 count. Johnson, this one delivers. This one high and inside for ball 1. So evens it out to 1 apiece. A ball and a strike here to the leadoff hitter. Johnson likes what Thompson offers. Here comes the pitch. This dropper is going to just go a little high for ball 2. So back-to-back balls there from Carter Johnson on the mound. The 2-1 pitch here. Arms over the head, windup. This one's just going to go a little outside for ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Entering this game, the Hardhats, pitching-wise, have only allowed 269 hits against and 173 runs. So the 3-1 pitch, Johnson, this is going to be swung on. Is this going to get hit into right field? Jace Morgan hovering on under it, makes the catch in right field and gets the first out here with the fly out. So 1 away. So here comes Jell Sundstrom, the second baseman, the first lefty that Carter Johnson is going to face off against today. So Johnson, who gets his call here. Here comes the pitch to Sundstrom as this one never even reached the plate. Bouncing into the turf above the paint of the batter's boxes, and he swings and misses for strike 1. So an 0-1 count with 1 out. Carter Johnson getting this call here again. The windup, the pitch comes. This one is just going to be outside for ball 1. Brody Thompson holding that one still for a little bit. Seeing if the umpire will change his mind about it a little bit later. 1-1 now with 1 out here in the top of the second inning. Johnson, the pitch comes. This one down to the turf right into the chest pad of Brody Thompson for ball 2. Some of Johnson's pitches have been a little bit outside. not a bad thing. He's only had 2 hits against him today. This pitch swung on by Sundstrom. This one over the fence and out of play. So 2-2 the count. Sundstrom re-enters the lefty's batter's box here. Johnson, the pitch comes. This dropper on that top left corner. Another close call there for ball 3. So full count, the second time we have seen this happen today. Johnson put some zip on it, swung on and missed, but it's going to be dropped. Thompson attempted to tag him, he just ran out. So that's going to be a third ball strikeout dropped. Yeah. So that's going to be the second out here. First of the game there for Carter Johnson. Coming up next is Ethan Cermak, the center fielder. So Johnson will offer him his first pitch on this at-bat. This is going to get swung. This one's just going to land over the head of Roberts over left field into left. And McLeod, who reels that one on. So the first pitch that Cermak sees gets the third hit here of the game for Sturgis. And now pulls in their number 9 hitter, number 37, the right fielder, Bridger Batten, with some neon green cleats. So Johnson gets a good look over on Cermak, the runner on first, following his first pitch, swinging and hit. First pitch here on to Batten. This one's just going to hit off of the glove down low from Thompson and roll out in front of him for ball 1. So the 1-0 count. Johnson making sure he's got the runner on first in the corner of his eye. The 1-0 pitch comes. This one is going to be for ball 2. This one just comes a little low too. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Johnson down the middle here once again. Getting set here for the lineup. The 2-0 pitch comes. Swung on and missed for strike 1. So Bridger Batten, the first time he has made an attempt to swing, was right there, and he takes the strike. So 2-1. Following the Cermak single, hit into shallow left field as a quick timeout called here by the batter as he'll rethink some things and readjust some of his equipment. We've seen Carter Johnson do that a few times this year as well, batting, putting more pressure on the pitcher. So Batten comes back in here to the box on a 2-1 count. Johnson, the pitch, comes on again, swung on a miss for strike 2. So back-to-back swinging and misses with 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, the 2-2 count. Johnson gets his call. The runner back behind him on Cermak on first. The pitch comes, swung on. This is going to be a soft ground ball. Aidan Roberts up to the task, throws it over to second. Reeder was there, makes the catch for the third out here, and that will do it for the top of the second inning. So we go to the bottom of the second. There was only 1 hit surrendered there, and that was to Ethan Cermak, who was facing 2 outs there in the inning. And then just tosses it all there, and then Bridger Batten the ground out to Roberts, who throws it over to Reeder on second. So Wyatt Reeder will be the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second inning, followed by Kane McLeod and Jace Morgan. Hardhats entering in that first inning, they had 5 hits, and there was 4 errors for the Sturgis post-33 Titans. So we'll still see Brody Royer on the mound. He'll take his warm-up pitches. So entering this game, the Hardhats having 447 hits. They also had 331 singles, 76 doubles, and 25 triples. And they've also had 15 home runs this year. 4 for Wyatt Reeder, 3 for Aidan Roberts, an inside the park home run for Blaine Hunt, 2 each for Kane McLeod and Lars Kiefer, and then 1 each for Carter Johnson, Josh Elder, and Brody Thompson. So Royer has finished up here the warm-up pitches, and the second inning is going to get started here for Wyatt Reeder. So Reeder, who got walked on his first at-bat, which was his 24th walk of the year, We know how aggressive Wyatt Reeder is and how competitive he is. Just like my uncle in 5 Crowns. So here comes the first pitch of the inning from Royer. Reeder hesitates here on this pitch. This one's going to come in tight for ball 1. Reeder sways the bat down low, waiting the next pitch here that Royer will offer, the 1-0. Reeder takes a good swing. This one is just hooking left, up and over into the Hardhats bullpen. So a 1-1 count following that foul ball. Royer, the return back onto the mound. Wyatt Reeder just nagging at this ball here, trying to get on base. This pitch is going to come up high for ball 2. So the 2-1 count here to Reeder, the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the second inning for the Hardhats. This pitch is going to come on. And that copy and paste play again. That one just hooking left back into the Hardhats bullpen. So 2 foul balls here on this at-bat for Reeder. He's going to face 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Royer, who will get a new ball. Reeder re-enters the batter's box there for the lefty. Here comes the pitch. This one is up and outside for ball 3. So Wyatt Reeder facing another full count here just on his second at-bat of the game. And we all know he took that ball 4 for that first plate appearance for the walk. 3-2 count here. Royer takes the step off the mound. The pitch is up and away, ball 4. So that's the second time Wyatt Reeder will be walked today. A free walk on over to first base. Now this will pull up the left fielder, Kane McLeod, who struck out on his first at-bat, which gave Brody Royer his only strikeout so far here in this game. So with Reeder on first base, they're going to try to pick him off there. Stroud makes the catch. Reeder just slides in safe and sound and quick enough. So McLeod still awaiting here the first pitch. Here it comes. Reeder taking off to second base. This ground ball scooped up by the shortstop. He can't tag Reeder. This one's going to get away again from Stroud on first base. So that is going to just be the 5th error of the game for Sturgis. And that's going to be a single for Kane McLeod off an error. And that's going to move Wyatt Reeder all the way to third base. So puts runners in the corners here with no outs. There was 4 errors in the first inning by Sturgis, and they make their first here in the second inning. Jace Morgan, who had an RBI single on his first at-bat. This first pitch here is just going to go down low, almost sneaking on through the wickets there of Drew Janke. Puts the glove back in there and scoops it up. The 1-0 count. Royer again looking back over to first base. Stroud gets a hold of it as he tagged McLeod, but he already had a hand on base, so he won't be out there on the pickoff attempt. 1-0 out, 1-0 count still here for Jace Morgan. Royer hand delivers. This one, McLeod taking off to second. They're going to go to third base. Reeder, who will slide and save. So McLeod will get a stolen base here. We saw Reeder take a base back on his first at-bat. And for Kane McLeod, that's his 19th of the year. So runners on second and third here. A 2-0 count for Jace Morgan. This third pitch will be for ball 3. So 3 pitches in, 3 balls taken here for Jace Morgan. Royer looking ahead there on Reeder. Here comes the 3-0 pitch. This one is going to be up high for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk here to Jace Morgan. That's the 3rd walk that Royer will let up today. And now here comes Dexter Steen. He also had an RBI single and also got in for a run. So bases loaded with no outs. Reeder on third base, Kane McLeod on second, and Jace Morgan on first. Royer the pitch here to Steen. This one's going to come inside. This one sneaks away. Reeder taking off from third. He slides in a home. He's in safe. Hardhats make it 7-0. That's going to put runners on second and third. They all advance. So 7-0. Wyatt Reeder getting his 2nd run of the game, as he had that leadoff walk to start off this second inning. So Steen facing a 1-0 count here. For that first pitch, just got away from the catcher and Drew Janke, where Reeder took the chance and came in to score. This next pitch, again, coming in close and in tight to Dexter Steen. He doesn't like those ones coming in too close, so he just takes a little step back outwards. 2-0 now. Royer the pitch. Swung on by Steen, gets a little contact with it, fouls it up over the fence and out of play. So 2-1 the count. Steen re-enters the batter's box. That left foot all the way back into the batter's box as deep as you can go. He stands really close there to the home plate, yeah. So 2-1 the count. Pitch comes, this one outside for ball 3. Janke again holding that one to see if home plate umpire would change his mind. 3 balls and a strike, no outs. Rear came in a score following a wild pitch. And this one's outside for ball 4. So the walk master is going to earn his 30th walk of the year and puts the bases back unloaded, locked and loaded. So here comes Carter Johnson. He got a single as he reached on air for that one. That was the one where Elijah Stroud took a little bit of that tumble on first base on the bag. He also got in for a run here, also doing the pitching duties for the Hardhats. The first pitch that he will see is going to go down low in the turf and out of the way for ball 1. So 1-0 count here. Royer. His next pitch, swung on this ground ball. Picked up by Hammer, the third baseman. Throw over to home is going to sneak away. McLeod will come in to score, so that's going to be a base hit. And it's 8-0 for the Hardhats. Carter Johnson, just the second pitch that he sees there. So that's going to be the 6th error of the game for the Hardhats. Or excuse me, for Sturgis. So Kane McLeod, who hit a single, also reached there on an error. Here comes Brody Thompson. Got a single, also reaching on an error. Bases remain loaded. Royer, this first pitch comes in down low for ball 1. Still no outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Hardhats up by 8. Royer with his next offering. Thompson gets a good look on it and a piece of it. Up and over the netting and out of play. Hits the roof there for a 1-1 count. So new ball given here to Brody Royer. The pitcher here for the Sturgis Post 33 Titans. This next pitch coming in close there to Thompson, who kind of started leaning a little bit out of the way. He didn't want to take that one there off the left elbow. So for ball 2. 2-1 the count. All base runners a little lead off there. This pitch is going to go in for strike 2. Thompson lets this one all the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Royer looking back to second. That's where Jace Morgan's at. So Royer on the mound will take a step off here. Sorry, Jace Morgan on third base, Dexter Steen on second, and Carter Johnson on first. So the 1-2 count. 2-2. Swung on here by Thompson. This ground ball scooped up by the shortstop. The throw down into the turf, but it's caught there by Stroud. So an RBI ground out, which makes this game 9-0 in favor of the Hardhats. So that's the first out here in the inning and just puts runners on second and third. Morgan came in with that run, his second of the game. Here comes Dawson Inhofer. Royer the pitch. First one's going to drop in down low for ball 1. So the 1-0 count here for Dawson Inhofer. Royer, this next pitch is going to be called in for strike 1. So the 1-1 count here for the Hardhats shortstop in Inhofer. At bat here. Royer, this next pitch, this drop, in for strike 2 as well. That one just had enough drop onto it to go into the strike zone for the second strike here of this second at bat for Dawson Inhofer. 1-2 pitch from Royer. Another dropper just comes a little high and inside for ball 2. On deck is Aiden Roberts. He'll make his third at-bat appearance here in this game. Runners on second and third with 1 out following Thompson's RBI ground out. Thompson wanted to go for this one. They get another call there from the umpires. They say he didn't go, so he will take that for ball 3. A full count here for Dawson Inhofer with first base wide open. Where the pitch comes, this one is down low. He will earn the walk and puts bases loaded again. So we'll see another mound visit here for Sturgis. So Roberts making his third appearance already here in this game. 2 for 2 today with a triple and a 2 RBI single. So Royer's night will be done here on the mound. And they're going to hand this one on over to... I don't know who they're going to hand this ball off here to. And it's going to be number 46, Aiden Wood. So Aiden Wood here comes in the second inning with 1 out. Hardhats up 9-0 with Hardhats having the bases loaded. Following a walk there to Dawson Inhofer for Brody Royer's Knights. He allowed 5 hits, and the Sturgis defense allowing 6 errors. 9 runs against. Royer had 1 strikeout, and he walked 5 batters. So rough going there for Royer for his day. So he will take the move on over to shortstop where Aiden Wood was originally playing here in this game. So Wood, another right-handed pitcher, just gets a little warmed up here. A tall one for sure. So Aiden Wood with his final warm-up pitch. Here comes Ian Roberts with bases loaded with 1 out. Roberts going 2 for 2 here today. Wood the first pitch. Roberts takes a swing on this one and misses for strike 1. So 0-1 with bases loaded. Inhofer on first, Carter Johnson on second, and Dexter Steen on third base. Wood's next pitch. This one outside for the first ball here. 2 pitches in for Aiden Wood. First one, Roberts took a chance on it and swung on and missed. So a ball and a strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Wood's third pitch here to Roberts. Again, knocking there on that outside corner, or bottom right corner for ball 2. Roberts plays with the bat here at bat. The 2-1 count. Pitch comes. This one up high for ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike in the bottom of the second inning. With the bases loaded, we'll see what this next pitch will be. Wood offers. Down low. That's going to be for ball 4. So an RBI walk, and the Hardhats are now up 10-0. So Lars Kiefer today 0 for 2. He had a sacrifice fly in the first inning and then the ground outs to finish out the first inning. The first pitch that he will see. This one's going to come up high for ball 1. After Roberts, he got walked for the 23rd time this year. Wood his next pitch here to Kiefer. This one down low. He went it just barely. He wanted to take it, but he wasn't going to with that pitch being in down low near the turf. 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Wood the windup, the pitch comes. This one down low again for ball 3. First 3 pitches for 3 balls here onto Lars Kiefer with Wyatt Reeder on deck. Wood the lift of the leg. The 3-0 pitch comes. This one is going to be in for strike 1. So 3-1 the count. We also saw Aiden Roberts here on this last at-bat. He faced a 3-1 count and then took ball 4. Wood the pitch. This one down to the turf. So back-to-back RBI walks brings Johnson in to make this game 11-0 Hardhats. So Reader today, 2 walks, 2 runs, and a stolen base. Up 11-0. Wood the first pitch here. Reader takes a good hack at it. This one fouls up in the air. We saw Aiden Roberts do the same thing too. The first pitch that he saw, he took a swing on it. Try to get a little chance here for the Hardhats. So Kiefer on first, Roberts on second, Inhofer on third. A 1 pitch from Wood here to Reader. This one's going to come in close here near the knees for ball 1. 1-1 count. Reader takes the swipe there on home plate. Waiting this next pitch. Wood holds the ball here in the right palm. Extends off the mound. This pitch is going to go back and behind. Inhofer is going to take off. He comes in to score. Hardhats now up. And this one almost got loose. Roberts thought about going in home to score. So 12-0 now for the Hardhats just in the bottom of the second inning, folks. So Wood is going to get the ball back. Reader takes that one for ball 2. On the first pitch, Reader saw. He took a swing on it and fouled it off. So Wood the 2-1 pitch here. Reader again takes a swing. This is going to be a foul ball towards Sturgis' dugout. So 2-2. Wyatt Reader here, the Hardhats' second baseman. Being very aggressive. Trying to get for his first hit of the game. He's only been walked twice. Wood the pitch. This one down low, rolls all the way over. So this is not the first time, not the second time, but the third time Wyatt Reader will see full count here today. Both times he's been walked. So Aiden Wood here has to retie his left shoe on the mound. And surprisingly, the Hardhats have only had 5 runs in this game, and Sturgis having 6. A lot of those hits were reaches on error. So Wood the 3-2 pitch here to Wyatt Reader. Takes a good swing. This one is carrying into right center. This one is caught by the center fielder. And here comes Aiden Roberts from third to score. Makes this game 13-0 in favor of the Hardhats with the sacrifice fly there from Wyatt Reader. Kay McLeod who comes in, he's 1 for 2 today. A strikeout and a single. 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Hardhats scoring 7 runs here in the bottom of the second. With the first pitch here to McLeod, this one just rolls out of the glove of Jenke. And out for ball 1. A 1-0 count. His next pitch swung on a miss there by McLeod for strike 1. So 1-1 count. Wood gets the call. Pitch comes in, McLeod takes a swing. This one is popped up high into foul territory. Stroud will make the catch. So 7 runs scored there in the bottom of the second for the Hardhats. They are up 13-0 over the Sturgis Post 33 Titans. So for the leadoff hitters for the Sturgis Titans, it's going to be Drew Jenke back to the top viewer, followed by Aiden Wood and Elijah Stroud. So we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV. Carter Johnson returns to the mound, and we'll be back for the start of the third inning between the Sturgis Post 33 Titans and your Post 22 Hardhats. right. We're back here for the start of this third inning. And leadoff hitter for Sturgis, their catcher, Drew Jenke. His first at-bat, he had a pop fly into center field, which was caught by Lars Kiefer. First pitch here for Carter Johnson. This one on that bottom right corner for ball one. He had quite some time in the dugout after Hardhats scoring 7 runs on the bottom of the second. This next pitch is going to be a ground ball. Scooped up by Aiden Roberts on third. He's going to step this one into it to throw to Steen on first, which is caught. For the first out here, just 2 pitches in. So here comes Aiden Wood, who made an appearance on the mound with 1 out there in the second after Brody Royer only pitched 2.1 innings, and his day was done. Johnson the first pitch here. This one's going to be in for strike 1. So an 0-1 count here. Starts off the second batter in the third inning with a strike. Johnson is next delivery. This dropper just coming up high for ball 1. So 1-1 count here with 1 out. Johnson the lineup again. Here comes the pitch. This one was inside. Wood trying to shimmy out of the way. That one was for ball 2. Johnson's next pitch. This one coming in down low. Ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike with 1 out. Johnson, just the second batter he's faced here in this inning. This one is going to be in for strike 2. Aiden Wood, can't believe that was for ball 2. He threw the bat and was already taking off to first base, so he has to go pick that one back up, and he's got to return here to the batter's box. So full count here for Aiden Wood, who had a fly out on his first at-bat of the game. The 3-2 pitch here from Carter Johnson, hands over the head. Here comes this one down low, so that's going to be for a walk, the first one allowed on the day from Carter Johnson. So that puts a runner there on first. Here comes Elijah Stroud, who hit the first base hit of the game for both teams and one of the 3 hits for Sturgis today with the single. So here he comes into the batter's box. Johnson gets his call. Steen in the ready position on first base for the pickoff. This pitch comes in. This one on that top left corner for ball 1. So 1-0. Johnson will dangle that right arm here, waiting for his next pitch. The 1-0. This one is going to go outside for ball 2. So Carter Johnson, following the first out here in the inning, was that ground out from Drew Jenke. He got help there from Aiden Roberts, and then he walked Wood on the last at-bat, the runner on first. This is going to be swung on. This is a foul ball up and over away, almost going through the window here. Into this box, I would have caught it. So that was a foul ball, so a 2-1 count here for Stroud. Johnson getting a corner of the eye. A look to the runner on first. This again popped up in the air. Steen trying to give chase towards this one. It's going to be fouled off. Hits of the concrete there out of the field. So 2-2 count following 2 straight foul balls here from Elijah Stroud. So Johnson gets his feet right on the mound, looks down the middle. Thompson signals him the pitch call. A runner on first. Johnson's going that direction. He zips one over here to Steen on first, makes the catch, but Wood slides in safe on the pickoff attempt. Hardhats having 9 successful pickoffs this year. Here comes this pitch. This one outside for ball 3. So back-to-back full counts here to the batters in Aiden Wood and Elijah Stroud. Carter Johnson straight-legged on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on. This ball is going to be fouled. Hits the fence. So 3-2 still at it here for the Titans first baseman. Still got a runner on first as well. Carter Johnson hands this one over here to Thompson. Swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's going to be the second strikeout of the game for Carter Johnson. And now here comes Dalen Jischuk, who hit a double following Elijah Stroud's single at the start of this game. So they still got a runner on first and Wood following his walk. 2 outs now in the top of the third. Johnson trying to pick off Wood on first. He's in safe. Steen with that fast move of the arm there to try to tag the runner. So the Sturgis left fielder still awaiting his first pitch here of the at-bat, with 2 away in the top of the third. Johnson again, looking into the corner of his eye. This one's dropped perfectly into the glove of Brody Thompson, down the middle for strike 1. So the 0-1 count here. Johnson again taking a look over on first. Looks down the middle. Thompson gets set. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on. Fouled up, and away. So 0-2 count here with 2 outs. Wood on first. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Johnson looking over to the runner on first. Here comes the pickoff. Tagging again on first. Wood trying his hardest to slide in safe. Making sure his elbows are right with the turf there on the field. 0-2. Carter Johnson. Here with the pitch. This dropper swung on and missed for strike 3. So that's the third out. We go to the bottom of the third inning. The third strikeout of the game for Carter Johnson. And the 3 leadoff hitters here for the Hardhats are going to be Jace Morgan, Dexter Steen, and Carter Johnson. So we'll take another short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back to start the bottom of the third. All right, we're back here to start the bottom of the third. So Jace Morgan still with Aiden Wood here on the mound. So Morgan gets set here for the first pitch that he will face, as he wanted to take a swing for it, but this one just dropped down low into the turf and skips on away to the backstop for ball 1. Morgan today, an RBI single and a walk. 1-0 pitch. Wood offers. Morgan takes it. High fly, pop fly into right field in foul territory, and it's not caught. So Jace Morgan will give it another shot here. So this will go to 1-1 after the pop foul was dropped, as right fielder and Bridger Batten was trying to make that catch. So here comes the pitch from Aiden Wood. This one on that top left corner for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter here for the Hardhats right fielder this evening. Wood back to the bump. Looks down the middle. Morgan eagerly waiting here for this next pitch. This one again on that top left corner for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Hardhats up 13-0 over the Sturgis Post 33 Titans. Wood takes the windup. The pitch comes here. Morgan takes a hard ground ball, takes that shot up the mound, and he will get his second single of the game. And a leadoff single for sure. So now Dexter Steen is up to the plate. Steen today an RBI single and a walk, just the exact same as Jace Morgan this evening. First pitch here Steen will face is going to go outside for ball 1. Jace Morgan this year having a total of 17 stolen bases. This next pitch on that top left corner for ball 2. Steen also on that last at-bat got his 30th walk of the year. Leads the team by 7+ walks than the next hitter. Next pitch comes down for strike. They try to go quickly over to first base where Morgan was about halfway, but Stroud wasn't on the bag. So 2-1 following that swing and a miss there that one was down the middle to Steen as he swats some bugs around in front of his face here for the at-bat. 2-1 pitch comes. This one will also come in for strike 2. 2-2 after Morgan hit the leadoff single, who was on first base. No outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Wood. The pitch comes. This one outside gets away from the catcher for ball 3. So Wood will have to do it again here. Dexter Steen will await. The 3-2 pitch comes. Steen takes a swing. This one into right field. Bat makes the catch. 1 away. Morgan has to hold off. On to first. So here comes Carter Johnson. Johnson having 2 singles today on his last at-bat. Got an RBI single. So Wood looking over to first base where Jace Morgan is. Johnson, the first pitch he sees, takes a piece of it and fouls off. So 0-1 to start here for Johnson's 3rd at-bat of the game. Jace Morgan hitting his 6th, getting the 6th total hit of the game for the Hardhats as they match their hits with Sturgis' errors with 6 tonight. This next pitch coming in down low near the turf for ball 1. So it goes to a ball and a strike. Wood back to the mound, gives the nod to his catcher in Janke, looks over to Morgan on first. Pitch comes. Johnson gets a good hit ground ball. Picked up by the shortstop. He didn't get the throw off to second as he dropped it. So Johnson will get a single, and Jace Morgan advances on over to second. So that is the 7th error of the game for Sturgis. Carter Johnson going 3 for 3 today. Now here's the catcher in Brody Thompson. 1 for 2 today, hit a single on his first at-bat, and then also followed with an RBI ground out. So there's only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. And the shortstop in Brody Royer, who was the starter in this game. This one bounced off the turf and gets away. Morgan and Johnson both take advantage of it and are going to advance to the bases there off the wild pitch. So that was also taken for as ball 1 there for Brody Thompson. So Wood has to come back here. There's the lights turning on here at the ballpark. Wood takes the step back. The 1-0 pitch comes. Thompson makes good power with it. This one is going back into center field. It's caught. Morgan tagging up from 3rd into home. Johnson doing the same from 2nd to 3rd. So the Hardhats are now up 14-0 following a sacrifice fly there from Brody Thompson. And now here comes Dawson Inhofer, the number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Hardhats. He's got a single and a walk today. First pitch that he will face here. Takes a swing, and this one up and over the head into right and center gap. Johnson will come in to score. It's 15-0. Inhofer not stopping there. They cannot find it. It's back to the wall. They throw it in. Inhofer rounding third. He's going to come in for the insider. He will. An inside the park home run for Dawson Inhofer. Brings in 2 runs there. And the Hardhats are now up 16-0 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. So we go back to the top of the order. It wouldn't be an inside the park home run because there was an error, but I'll call it that. So Roberts making his 4th at-bat of the game already here in the bottom of the 3rd. First pitch that he will see, he'll just let this one be taken for strike 1. Roberts today having a 2 RBI single and an RBI walk. Takes a good spin on this one. This is just going to go foul on that 3rd base line. Manager Kelvin Torvey, no flinch, no reaction. So 0-2 the count here. Roberts let that first one go through. He takes the second one there for the foul ball. Wood the windup. The pitch comes to the 3rd baseman. Just gets a soft ground ball here. This is scooped up by Royer, the shortstop, to throw over. You can't beat speed. Aiden Roberts beats it out for the single. And that's just going to be his 3rd hit of the game. The 8th total for the Hardhats this evening. And look at this. Ryan Negebauer is going to come in and make an at-bat here. So Ryan Negebauer, I saw him doing some infield work. So we also saw Jaden Moreno last time these teams played, also being a pitcher hitting. So we'll see what Negebauer will do here. 55 strikeouts this year for the pitcher. First pitch he will see, he's going to make contact with it, pops it up for a foul ball. Dugout giving him a round of applause for making contact with that one. Following Aiden Roberts with a single on first. Aiden Wood, the pitch here to Negebauer. Doesn't take it. Good eye there for ball 1. So the Hardhats giving this at-bat to Ryan Negebauer, the 1-1 count here. Wood the pitch. Negebauer, hard hit ground ball. Past the shortstop, and Ryan Negebauer will get a single and advances Aiden Roberts on over to second base. Pitchers can hit too, as Ryan Negebauer has just proved us that he could do that. So Wyatt Reeder, as he comes in now to hit as Lars Kiefer got subbed out for Negebauer. Reeder today, 2 walks and a sacrifice fly. With 2 outs here with runners on first and second. Wood, the pitch here to Reeder. Lets this first one drop down in for strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, 16-zip the score in favor of the Hardhats. Here comes this next pitch. A zipper on that top left corner for ball 1 from Aiden Wood. So we'll take a little shrug here. We'll see who waits here this next pitch on this at-bat. Negebauer made great contact on that ground ball. This next pitch here for ball 2 to Reeder. And that was just kind of bubbled by Royer, the shortstop, who didn't pick it up cleanly, and let Negebauer take all on first base. With this next one on the outside for ball 3 here to Wyatt Reeder. So Reeder, on every at-bat that he has seen, he has faced 3 balls. So far on every at-bat, he's been a full count. We'll see what this next pitch will be. Will it be called for the second strike? Wood, the pitch up and away, ball 4. So Wyatt Reeder, his 3rd walk in this game, will put bases loaded. And now this will pull in Kane McLeod. So Kane McLeod to do more damage here on the scoreboard for the Hardhats. With bases loaded with 2 outs. Aiden Wood, the first pitch here to him. Up and away, ball 1. As Drew Janke, who stood up fast to get that one a little under control. The 1-0 count. Wood, the pitch. This one almost getting the side there of Kane McLeod. He had to get out of the way of the batter's box, so he'll take down one for ball 2. A 2-0 count here. Aiden Wood with the pitch. This one is down and outside for ball 3. 3 pitches in here to King McLeod's 4th at-bat of the game. Started this game with a strikeout on his first at-bat, and then followed with a single. The 3-0 count here. Wood the pitch, up and away, ball 4. So an RBI walk will bring Robertson a score, and the Hardhats are up 17-0. So we'll see Sturgis come out here with a mound visit, as we're going to see a pitching change happen. Gel Poole will come in. So 4 runs here in this inning for the Hardhats. They had 7 in the bottom of the second and 6 in the bottom of the first, with 9 hits on the game. So Gel Poole, still a right-handed pitcher here on the mound after, this is now their 3rd pitcher here of the game after Royer started. And then to follow with Aiden Wood coming in, who just got pulled. So the next batter is going to be Jace Morgan. We'll see Ryan Negebauer, who made his first at-bat of the game. Proved pitchers can hit too. He gets a single on the ground-out play that was bobbled by the shortstop and Royer. So he'll be on third. We'll see Wyatt Reeder on second base, getting his 3rd walk of the game on 4 at-bats. And then we'll see Kay McLeod, who also just got walked for an RBI, which brought in Aiden Roberts in to score. So the Hardhats have matched Declan Mickley's number on the scoreboard in 17. You must like him that much. So it looks like Poole here is going to give the call to all of his players that this will be the final pitch. And we're set and ready. So Jace Morgan today, 2 singles and a walk on 3 at-bats. So he steps in here to the batter's box. Bases remain loaded. So Poole here, the first pitch. Home plate umpire points at him, meaning he's ready to go. Here comes the first pitch. Morgan, this one took a bounce. It's going to stay fair. The scoop up from the 3rd baseman, not in time. So an RBI single. Ryan Negebauer will come in to score. It's 18-0. And that one took a weird hop. It looked like it was just right on the line. And then took a bounce to the right to stay fair. So Jace Morgan getting his 2nd RBI of the game. Bases remain loaded. Here comes Dexter Steen. Gets a good swing on this one. It's up and away into center field. It's going to be caught. So the 3rd out here in the inning. So 5 runs on 5 hits to have an 18-0 lead. As we go here into the top of the 4th inning. We'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV, and we'll be back to start off the 4th inning. So we will see a new pitcher here on the mound for the Hardhats. Starting in this 4th inning, we see a lefty and Jace Morgan, who is pulled from right field as Carter Johnson is going to move into that position. Morgan, the lefty throwing pitcher, this season 8.1 innings pitched. He has a 1-0 record. He holds on to 3 saves as well this year. He has 6 strikeouts 1 walk with an 8.40 ERA and a 9.60 WHIP. So he is the only pitcher so far this season for the Hardhats that is under a 1 ERA and under a 1 WHIP. So that's what it looks like here for Jace Morgan. After Carter Johnson, who threw 3 strikeouts here in 3 innings played. So the final WAR pitch here for Jace Morgan. Here comes Brody Royer. Royer had a pop fly into center field back in the first inning to Lars Kiefer to put this inning up and away. So he steps into the box here. Morgan, the first pitch of the inning. As this is going to be in for a strike down the middle. So 0-1. Morgan gets the ball back, setting up. Here comes the windup. Pitches release. This one again down the middle for strike 2. Morgan off to a hot start here. 2 pitches into this game with 2 strikes. Morgan gets his call from Thompson. The 0-2 pitch from the mound. This one's going to go a little bit down low, and that one Morgan wanted to release there for ball 1 here onto Royer. 2-1 from the lefty here on the mound, who was in right field to start this game. This pitch is going near the shins of Royer. He just kind of almost flamingos out of the way, 1 leg at a time. He didn't want to get hit there. So that was taken for ball 2. First 2 for strikes, the last 2 for balls. Jace Morgan gets the call. The lefty off the mound, swung on a hard hit ball. This one's in foul territory. It's going to hook right. So stays 2-2 following the foul ball. Carter Johnson in right field went to the chase after it. So Ryan Negebauer is at shortstop, Inhofer at center field, and Johnson in right field. So Negebauer showing us how his best impression of an infielder. So this next pitch for ball 3. So full count here for the leadoff hitter in the 4th inning for Sturgis. Morgan getting set and ready on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a missed for strike 3. So the first out here in the inning, and that's going to be the 7th strikeout of the year for Jace Morgan. In that last inning, we saw Elijah Stroud and Just Check both strike out back-to-back. Now here comes the third baseman, George Hammer, with a fly out to Jace Morgan in right field in the 2nd inning. Morgan, the first pitch here to the second batter he'll face. This is going to be down the middle for strike 1. An 0-1 count. Morgan rocking back and forth on the mound again, just trying to get his feet all set here. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. This one's just going to come a little outside for ball 1. So he sets the count even here. Ball and a strike. Morgan hands back to that middle level. Here comes the pitch, swung on by Hammer. This is a ground ball, scooped up by Reeder at second. And the light, easy toss over to Dexter Steen on first base for the 2nd out. So 2 retire here in the 4th inning. Here comes Jell Sundstrom. He also struck out in his first at-bat. He gave Carter Johnson his first strikeout of the game. So here comes a lefty versus lefty matchup. Morgan, the first pitch, this is going to be swung on a miss for strike 1. An 0-1 count. Sundstrom re-enters the batter's box. Morgan gets his call already here from Thompson. Pitch comes. This one is inside as he kind of spins a little bit out of the way there. We saw that one also happen with Royer. Kind of that flamingo. He didn't want to get hit there in the shins. So 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Jace Morgan, the pitch. This one is, thought it was down the middle, but it's going to be counted for here as ball 2. So 2-1 here. Morgan again getting set on the mound. Ball behind his back. Gets centered on the mound. Pitch here to Sundstrom. And this one's going to be counted for as strike 2. So 2-2 with 2 outs and an 18-0 lead for the Hardhats in the 4th inning. Morgan. Straight up on the mound. Here comes the pitch. Swung on a missed for strike 3, and it's dropped. Thompson is just going to toss that one over to Steen on first. So that does it for the top of the 4th inning. Jace Morgan, who comes in, he throws in just a strikeout. And then Sundstrom, who goes 0 for 2 today. So 2 strikeouts here in this game for Jace Morgan after entering there in the 4th inning. So Hardhats, we have put 5 or more runs in each of the first 3 innings of this game. As they go here in the bottom of the 4th, as we'll see Gel Pool back on the mound for Sturgis. And the leadoff hitter for the Hardhats is going to be Carter Johnson. And they're at, oh man, they're having some fun with this one. It's actually going to be Broden Sales who is going to come to the at-bat here. He's going to come in and hit for Johnson. We already see Negebauer. He came in for Kiefer. So pitchers can also have some fun. I believe this is Broden Sales' first at-bat of the year. So this should be fun to see. A lefty throwing pitcher, a lefty hitting batter as well. So start off the 4th inning in great fashion. Pool the first pitch. This one is going to come in down low for ball 1. Broden Sales, he kind of knows the mind of a pitcher, so he can play those mind games right there. 1-0. Pool getting set up here back on the mound. Lifts the leg. Pitch this one again down on the turf. Ball 2 takes that bounce right in front of Broden Sales. So his first 2 pitches in. On deck is Brody Thompson. Pool again getting set here. Here comes the pitch to Sales. This one was inside for ball 3. He's only faced 3 pitches here. He's taken no swing here. So a 3-0 count. Broden Sales wanting to get some contact here. This next pitch up and high and away. A 4-pitch walk for Broden Sales. So we've seen Negebauer get on base, and we'll now see Broden Sales get on base. And here comes Brody Thompson. Thompson this game, a single, an RBI groundout, and a sacrifice fly. So we'll see what the changeup will happen when the Hardhats go back to defense where Broden Sales will play. So Thompson, this first play here, pops this one high up in the air. This one bounces right in front of the camera here. So 0-1 Thompson, who could put some power under some pitches. No balls, 1 strike here, the count. Pool with Broden Sales on first. This pitch is just going to be a breaker ball that's going to go down low for ball 1. I'd love to see if Broden Sales could go here to take a base. Coach Ewing, I had to tell him that via myself. Thompson again, fouls up and over again. This one is into the crowd. So this will go 1-2. One-two for Thompson, just the second batter here in the spot of the 4th inning for the Hardhats. After Sales was the leadoff hitter, he had that 4-pitch walk. Thompson gets a good one here. He's going to put this one right in the fence, though. Every Hardhat player and even Coach Kindred knew to get out of the way. After the 2 foul balls, must be targeting some fans and his players here in this game. A 1-2 count, Pool the pitch. This one outside for ball 2. And that was about a 3-second hold there from Drew Janke. He wanted that to be a strike call. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here for Brody Thompson. Pool the pitch. This dropper, another pop fly, hits that light. Brody Thompson must not like a light right there. So he will still stay at a 2-2 count. He's had 3 foul balls on this plate appearance. Stale's still stuck on first. This is a pitch. This is swung on the ground ball here, picked up by the second baseman. And this one is going to be the 8th error of the game. So a Reach on a single there for Brody Thompson. This one just pulled Wood off of first base. So Inhofer comes in. He's got a walk, a single, and he went all the way around the bases, as I would have called it, an inside the park home run. He made this an 18-0 score. So with Broden Sales on second, still no outs as the number 9 hitter. Inhofer gets some contact under this one, fouls it directly in the ground below him, and then bounces right back up. So starts off with an 0-1 count. Poole, righty. He's looking over the right shoulder where Sales is. Here comes this pitch. Inhofer, a hard hit ground ball, sneaks past the third baseman. Broden Sales is being told to hold off on third base. So that's going to put the bases loaded with no outs, and we have another pitcher up to the bat. It's Jaden Moreno. We saw Jaden Moreno have an at-bat against these guys back on May 21st, where he had a sacrifice fly. So you got Broden Sales, the pitcher, on third base. We've seen Negebauer come in for Kiefer in center field. So he's going to come in and hit here for Aiden Roberts. You're up 18-0. No outs, bases loaded. So Moreno, the big righty, enters the batter's box. Poole looks straight ahead to Sales on third. This first pitch is going to be a dropper. He sees that one go all the way through, drops down low for ball one. 11 hits on this game for the Hardhats following Inhofer's single. Next pitch here to Moreno is just going to come up a little high for ball two. 2-0 to start off. We saw Broden Sales, the leadoff hitter in the inning, took a 4-pitch walk. 2-0 here from Poole. This one is inside, and this is going to hit Jaden Moreno. So that's going to bring in Broden Sales to score. It makes this game 19-0 and keeps the bases loaded. So we see Ryan Negebauer right back at it again. He had a single and came in for a run on his first at-bat. Poole will like to exchange the balls here. Now, you might just as well go through the entire pitching bullpen as you're at it. Put Montgomery in here on the next at-bat, following with Mickley. Just keep the order going. So Broden Sales gets the run in. First pitch here to Negebauer. He'll let this one go through for strike one. Moreno, after taking that pitch, he let out a little bit of a scream. And this one's going to get away as holding off there is Thompson on the third base. So Negebauer will face a 1-1 count here. So for Jaden Moreno, he gets his second RBI on just 2 at-bats this season. An RBI hit by pitch. We've seen Dexter Steen do that this year against Yankton. So 1-1 here for Negebauer. The pitch comes. This one is going to be in for strike two. So 1 ball, 2 strikes with no outs here in the 4th inning. Pitch comes, this dropper. Negebauer lands this ball on that first base line. It's going to be picked up by Wood. It's going to be a foot race. He's going to slide in. He gets the out, but Brody Thompson comes in to score. He matches the slide in to get the 20th run of the game for number 20. So Wyatt Reeder will come in to bat here after an RBI ground out from Ryan Negebauer. For Reeder today, he's been walked a total of 3 times. And every single at-bat that he has faced, he has gone to full count. He'll take a good swing here on this first pitch. Hard hit ball. This one is going to the back right field wall. It's not going to be caught fully. Here comes one in a score. Moreno rounding third. He's going to come on in. Reeder will hold off on third. So a 2 RBI triple makes this game 22-0 Hardhats after a bomb of a hit from Wyatt Reeder. So he will get his first base hit of the game. And there is an injured player out in right field. So the coach will go attend for Bridger Batten. So Kane McLeod will be the next hitter for the Hardhats. As after Batten kind of went to go for a slide.
White ticket number 009251. The white ticket 009251. If that is your ticket, you want to put down so you claim your prize.
So the trainer will check up here on Batten in right field for Sturgis. I for sure hope that he's all right. So Reeder getting a 2 RBI triple, which that brought in Dawson Inhofer and Jaden Moreno. So Batten is staying up here, which is a good sign. He's just kind of starting to walk around a little bit here. So it looks like he is going to come out of this game. We'll listen to hear who is going to be put in right field. So in right field is going to be number 5, Jaron Andrzejewski.
That is coming in the dugouts. And taking his place is number 5, Jaron Andrzejewski.
So Gel Poole will still be on the mound here for Sturgis. So Rowan Frederickson. Now this is going to be the 4th pitcher here in this game that's going to have an at-bat. All the pitchers following a single from Inhofer on his, negative on his first at-bat. First pitch here for Frederickson. He'll just let this one kind of drop in for a strike. Wyatt Reeder on third base with 1 out here. Poole with the look of it. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to drop in for strike 2. Frederickson facing 2 pitches for 2 strikes. Hardhats bullpen or dugout giving him a little bit of a hard time here. 12 hits for the Hardhats this evening for 22 runs. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be taken for as ball 1. So 1-2. Almost about to run out of room here on my little page for hits and stuff like that for all the players. This is going to be swung by Frederickson. That was high and tight. This ground ball scooped up by the shortstop. The throw over to first is there. So that's going to be an RBI ground out, which pulls in Wyatt Reeder to score. Hardhats adding another one, 23-0. So Josh Elder, he comes in a bat here. Hardhats will not bat again. They go to the top of the 5th and they'll finish that out. And the game will be over. Gel, the first pitch here to Elder is going to be taken right down the middle for a strike 1. The 0-1 count here. Poole gets the pitch. This one's going to take a bounce off the turf and off the mask of Jinky, the catcher. So 1-1, the count is even. Poole again gets his call here to the lefty hitting Josh Elder. He's going to take this one, hooking left, drops and plops right into the bullpen for the Hardhats. So 1-2 count here for Josh Elder. Takes a little practice swing outside the box here, facing 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Poole on the mound. Stalling here, looking right down the middle. Here comes this pitch to Josh Eller. Takes a good, nice, hard hit swing. This one is going to be caught into center field. So the Hardhats putting up 5 in the bottom of the 4th inning. We go to the last inning of play here. Hardhats up 23-0. We'll take another short break here on Hardhats TV, but we have a new pitcher here on the mound, and I believe it is going to be Brody Thompson. Confirm. It will be Brody Thompson. For Thompson this year, 7.1 innings pitched is a 1 and a record. 12 walks, 11 strikeouts, a 2.864 ERA, and a 2.591 whip. So we'll take a short break here on Hardhats TV. And then we'll be back to kick off the 5th inning. So Jana Moreno is coming into play at 3rd base. Broden Sales in right field. Josh Eller behind the plate with Brody Thompson pitching. Negebauer at shortstop. They move Inhofer to center field. They have made a whole bunch of adjustments, but they're having some fun with it. Brody Thompson, the last time he pitched was in the 2nd game of the doubleheader against Watertown. It was a little bit of a difficult time because it started light raining. So he tried his best with the rain coming down. It was wet, and he couldn't get a good grip. So last inning of play, they'll all meet up here in the middle. So this will be Cermak, who had a single in his first at-bat, the 3rd hit of the game for Sturgis. So Eller returns behind home plate. 3 more outs, and the Hardhats will be victorious in a very dominant game. First pitch here for Thompson. This one's going to go down low for ball 1. So both Thompson and Eller are both catching buddies. Thompson following that first pitch being for 1-0. Here comes this next one. It's going to be Swan on over the glove there. Scooped up by the shortstop. Look at Ryan Negebauer go. He might take over Blaine Hunt's job. 108 here flying the ground out. Pitchers can also play some infield and hit too, as some of these guys are proving here for us. Now here comes Jaron Andrzejewski. He comes in for the injured right fielder in Bridger Batten. The first pitch here is going to come in down low. Thompson started the last at-bat, starting 1-0, and then following with the swing there from Cermak, which was scooped and grounded out. The 1-0 pitch swung on a miss. This one is going to hit the umpire. Not intended. So 1-1 even on the count here. Brody Thompson just puts a little too much Chinese mustard onto that one. Gets a 2-for-1. Thompson's next pitch. This one up high for ball 2. 2-1 here. Brody Thompson with the right arm unloads the cannon. This one is in for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. Thompson looking down the middle. Josh Eller will give him the call. Here comes the 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. And that's the first strikeout of the game here for Brody Thompson. And Bobby Steffi as he will come in and make his first appearance in this game.
Very hard hands with wild away for the victory. See ya.
One more out to go. Brody Thompson, first pitch here to Bobby Steffi. This one's going to go in for ball one. He comes in for the catcher and Drew Jenke to the top of the order. Thompson, the 1-0 pitch comes. Swung on a miss by Steffi for strike one. 2 more strikes to go here. Brody Thompson could also add for his second strikeout of this game. Brody Thompson finalizing here on this thought on this next pitch. It comes. Swung on a miss for strike two for Steffi. Back-to-back swings and misses. One more out away from a big win here. 23-0 the score. Brody Thompson, the 1-2. Swung on and missed. So Steffi will strike out, and the Post 22 Hardhats come away with a large victory. 23-0 the score over the Sturgis Post 33 Titans. We could go with a lot of guys here with the player of the game. I'm probably going to have to give it to Aiden Roberts. And Steve pretty much got everything on there. So I enjoy you guys listening here to Hardhats TV. The next games are on Friday for the Gopher Classic at 4:30 against the Post 37 Renner Royals. And then at 7 o'clock, they will take on the Wayzata Post 118 Wizards on Friday, July 11th for the doubleheader. All Hardhats games will be streamed on Hardhats TV. Well, hope everyone has a great night. Stay safe and stay classy, Rapid City. We'll see you soon. This is Wyatt Simmons.